This is a very weird looking flower. It's very beautiful and very unique, but it's got an almost alien-like quality. This is Fumaria officinalis. Otherwise known as fumitory, fumewort, or smoke of the earth. Now all these common names refer to smoke. And that's because once upon a time, a long time ago, someone was taking a walk in the countryside an early morning, probably with the dew still on the plants and still on the ground. And then suddenly he saw some smoke coming out of the ground. And he was like, what is that? Is that a fire? What is all that smoke? So then he got closer and he actually realized that it was just the flower of Fumaria officinalis that looks a lot like smoke coming out of the ground. And you can understand this because of the illusion of a lot of flowers bunched together, and with dew, it makes it more visible and more smoky. So it really looks like smoke. And also the color of flowers varies. Some are white, so that intensifies the illusion. They're translucent, and the leaves are very feather-like and very thin and very frail. The illusion is really of smoke coming out of the earth. So that's a really funny anecdote I find for this plant, and I love it. So, earth of the smoke. What am I saying? Smoke of the earth. I usually get that the wrong way around. I don't know why. So Fumaria officinalis has been used for a long time in traditional medicine. Now don't try to eat it. You'll find this plant too bitter and you'll spit it out immediately. However, if you forage this plant, dry it, be sure to take the flower heads, and the most important, they contain all the goodness inside them. Then you can use it in your herbal infusions. Now people say that it's too bitter even to take it in herbal infusions alone. So usually what they do is that they mix it with other more pleasant tasting plants. But if you are brave like me, you can take it alone, and I'm a bit of a purist. I find that things will work better alone. So I use this herb alone. It's bitter, but it's good for you, and the brain can take care of the rest. What are the benefits of Fumaria officinalis? Fumaria officinalis is a great detox plant. It's a great cleanser. So it's a diuretic and it helps the digestion moving. It's also a blood purifier. You see, Fumaria officinalis promotes the flow of bile in the liver. And the bile in the liver is what helps us break down all the waste that we accumulate and that the body is not able to deal with. So this is a great plant to use to treat skin conditions, to help people who have irritable bowel syndrome, also people who have a problem with their bile duct, that sort of thing. Usually people take this as a cure for 5 days running, and then they take a break for, say, 10 days. You really don't want to overdo it with Fumaria officinalis because it's really a detox plant that cleanses things out a lot, so you don't want to cleanse too much. Okay, so 5 days maximum. It can potentially be toxic. You also have to be careful of the dosage, so don't overdo it there either. You have to be careful with Fumaria officinalis. It's quite potent. So if you have been drinking too much alcohol, it's been the jolly festive season, so that's pretty accurate. And if you've been eating a lot of junk food lately, well, this is a great plant for that. It will get rid of, if you're feeling bloated, you're feeling heavy, you're feeling tired in the body, take Fumaria officinalis, 5-day cure, you'll feel much better. I swear, love this plant. Now the interesting thing with Fumaria officinalis is that it has a stimulant action for the first week of intake. And then after that first week, it becomes sedative and even hypnotic. Now, this is understandable when you know where Fumaria officinalis comes from, what family it comes from. And that family is the same family than the poppy, the Papaveraceae family. And that family is known for its sedative effect. So it makes a lot of sense that this can become sedative plant. I find it's a bit of a bonus because then you can take it before going to sleep and it really just calms you down completely and you're ready for bed. So pretty cool plant. Now you may not be able to see it, but there's a lot of Fumaria officinalis in this field. So I'm gonna forage some and I'm gonna show you how I dry it, what my technique is. And I'll show you, I've already dried a few in the previous weeks, so I'll show you what that looks like. So let's go ahead. perfect. I've actually got some white ones here. Sometimes they're so frail that the whole plant will come up, but don't worry, just take the root off and that will dry off very nicely. So here's a white one, and it's got a bit of dew on it. I don't know if you can see. So it really looks like smoke. It's quite incredible. It's beautiful. So there you go. Lovely flowers, they're so beautiful. Okay, so now that I've got quite a few, I don't like to take too many at a time because then it leaves some for next time, and you know, I don't know, I just don't like to forage too many. So I think that's enough. I like them to regenerate themselves, you know. If I leave a bit, I find that they can grow back afterwards, grow more flowers that I can then get back next time. So I think that's about it. So I'm gonna go and wait, one more. Oh no, wrong plant. Yeah, I think I got quite a few here to dry. Anyway, I haven't got that much space. I'm not that organized yet in the drying area, so it's gonna take me a bit more time. But I got quite a bunch here. So let's go. I'll show you how I dry them. Okay, so got my basket with my lovely fresh Fumaria officinalis. Now, let me show you the plants I have dried. So this might seem a bit unconventional to some of you, not really done, but this is how I do it. I literally take a cooking tray, I put some greaseproof paper, and I plonk the plants on. Now I know that you mustn't use tissue paper because otherwise it can stick and it promotes mold. So greaseproof paper is really good because it doesn't, you know, promote any mold, and they seem to dry super well on it, you know. The water just evaporates out of the plant and it dries really nicely. I'll show you a close-up of the dry specimens, really nice. I've used them in my teas, perfect, really good. So there you go. So now all I'm going to do is I just plonk on my fresh plants on the tray and I spread them out, of course, and you know, that's how I do it. Then I leave it, I put them in my pantry. It's a dry, dark space, no sunlight, no bugs come in, and they have nice time to dry. I can keep an eye on them because it's in the house, you know. So, I mean, this is how I do it, and it seems to work pretty well, so there you go. So, here are my dry plants. This is a dry specimen. See, it's lost a bit of its color. Not completely dry, so I think in a few days it'll be complete. So, I put these out a few days ago. So nearly all done. You can see the leaves are starting to, you know, get all tiny and everything, so pretty good. Some people say to chop up the whole plant, then it dries faster. I don't know, maybe I should try that next, I don't know. And now I'm putting my fresh plants, I'm spreading them down on the tray. Oh, that's got no flowers. I tried to, oh, and that's not even a Fumaria officinalis, it's a marigold, a field marigold, so don't want you, bye-bye. You know, keep them nice and spread out, especially the flowers, and voila, that's a bit how I do it. Very unconventional, as I said, but it works. Look, these are very usable in infusions, and I think it works as well. And when I've run out of the dry ones, I just take fresh ones and I use fresh. I just use more. So the dosages are half a teaspoon. And so you can take that twice a day for 5 days running. It's good to do it as a cure, as I said, because it's a really good detox plant. So there you go. If you're really measuring it out, it's 2 to 3 grams of dried. And then if it's fresh, it's a bit more, because obviously it's got more weight, because it's got more water in it. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed discovering Fumaria officinalis with me, and I hope you'll try it out for its medicinal wonders. And I'll see you in the next plant. Bye.